What is going on, my fly guys? Welcome as we return back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at my replays for the UU Open. Now, if you don't know what that is, the UU Open is part of, I'm going to try to explain it as best to my knowledge what I know of it as. So, UU Open is part of a whole Smogon tournament known as the Grand Slam. Now, the Grand Slam is like a tournament of all the lower tiers, so it's everything besides OU. And they're divided up into UU Open, RU Open, NU Open, etc. So I signed up for the ones that are available right now, which is UU, RU, and NU. And UU Open started earlier than the RU and NU Open, so I already had my week 1 battle for the UU Open, or battles, because it's best 2 out of 3. So we're just gonna go over my games, and I'll just like pause to express my thoughts if I remember. This was uploaded July 12th. That's when I had my battle, and the date that I'm recording this is July 19th. So it's been a week. So let's go over it. So I'm gonna put it on slow so I could express my thoughts. So of course I brought the team of Blastoise, the one you saw in the video. So, or if you didn't see. So he led off with Zydog because Zydog matches very well against my team. I'll just do it to normal. So I led off with Entei because looking at his team, he does not have a fire resist besides Primarina, but Primarina is not that physically bulky, so it gets 2 KO'd by Sacred Fire. And looking at this matchup right now, my win con is definitely Dual Dance Cobalion. I was thinking that throughout the whole battle because he does not have anything that beats it besides Fortress, which I get set up on, and Primarina, who I need at least 20% chip off because I think it dies to +2 Iron Head at 80% or around there. So, and that being his only fire resist, that's why I led with Entei. But unfortunately, he did get the leader matchup right with Zydog, as my ground resist is Celebi. So let's get back to it. He pulls a double right into predicting my Celebi, which he does a great job predicting that. So now I'm like, he's probably gonna U-turn or Hurricane. Either way, I want to get in Raikou because Raikou possesses a threat to him. Speed tying with Zydog, and I could OHKO that with HP Ice. But he makes the play to go into Blissey, which is the better play. So I'm Spec, so I'm just going to Volt Switch out, but he goes straight into Conk. Alright, yeah, I do Volt Switch good. And that does a monstrous ton. And I don't know why he made that switch. Maybe he predicted a double, but I'm free to go into my Scizor. I see he's Guts Flame Orb, and I'm free just to U-turn because there's no way he's staying in, and he has a perfect check in Fortress. So I do that. And now here's a perfect opportunity to go into Entei and just spam a Sacred Fire to get that 2 KO on Primarina, just weaken it. That's what I need. And he goes straight into Primarina, and I need this chip, but I miss. So that sets us back a few turns because we need, yeah, I was like, unfort. So I have to go into my Celebi as he goes for a Specs Moonblast, and that does 10 million. So I know very well that he's not staying in, so I should just get on my rocks, as I do. And I U-turn out here because I'm offensive, so like that's why it's that much. I go into Scizor. Now I have knockoff, I have superpower. I think I go straight for the superpower here, not afraid, because like U-turn does not kill, as he shows to protect. So yeah, I go straight for the superpower. Now he does not have a fighting resist outside Primarina, but he probably doesn't know that I'm banded, so I think I just stay in and go for it again. Yeah, it looks like I do. As I do, and that does 0 the Fortress. Fortress is way too bulky, and he's probably going to spin away the hazards here, but knowing that, I should go into Entei, right? Good. I haven't seen this replay in a week, so he does spin away, and now I'm free to get off another Sacred Fire here. So I do throw off a Sacred Fire as Primarina comes in, and that's the chip I need. Look how much this does. It also gets the burn, so yeah, Primarina is not a good fire resist, buddy. And I just killed the Primarina. Now Cobalion is all set to sweep. I just need to stay out of range of Guts Mach Punch from Conk, which I am very well cautious of. I don't remember the calc off the top of my head, but yeah, he goes to Zydog, throws off 1,000 arrows, and kills me because he's banded. I take this as an opportunity to bring in my Blastoise and throw off a Scald. Now, nothing appreciates it, not even Blissey really, because I also have Aura Sphere. Like, that does 15, yes, but look how much Aura Sphere does if I stay in, which I don't think I should, but if I did. Okay, good, I didn't. I go into Scizor, which is the good play because I could just keep up momentum. As he actually goes into Pidgeot, and I'm like, screw this. I'm just going to Bullet Punch. Sorry, my Discord's going off. I get a lot of chip off on Pidgeot. I'm fine with that. I did not need that. I did not need my Scizor, so I'm going Raikou and free to Volt Switch here as he goes into Fortress, and actually go for a HP Ice. Okay. Predicting the Zydog, because if Zydog came in, I would be in a bad situation. That's a better play on my part. Now I'm in with Cobalion. He's setting up his hazards. I'm like, screw this. I'm just gonna Rock Polish up first because he might think he could revenge kill me with Pidgeot. So I'm like, nope, not having this. He sets up more hazards, and I am just free to go for a Swords Dance. And I am out of range. Mach Punch from Guts, I forget how much it does, but it does a lot. And I'm still out of range within this because Cobalion has base 129 defense or something like that. Pretty sure it's 129. And I'm free just to go for the Iron Head here. Yeah, 58. So Conk goes down, and it's looking like GG. He goes into Fortress. Thankfully, does not scout for the all-out pummeling, which is a base 190 fighting move. And this is why Cobalion is so useful. Blissey comes in. He's probably going to try to tech stall me out of CCs, but we all know that's not going to happen because I have so many left, and Blissey can't beat me. I wish I could check how much health, because I hope I was out of range of Seismic Toss. Doesn't matter. I go for a CZ. He's trying to lower my defenses for extreme speed to kill, but like I said, Cobalion is naturally physically bulky, so E-Speed will not kill. He probably should have gone into Blissey first. Yeah, a crit, and that would have killed, but I do have all the rest of my team, basically. So Zydog goes down, and Blissey's all that left, and he forfeits. So we win game 1 on to game 2. Now I did bring a similar team, but because it has Blastoise, who I think is the best rapid spinner in the tier, and it's just like very powerful. He brings the same exact team, and I also have Cobalion, but the rest are different. This team I have the same Blastoise, same Cobalion, the common Amoonguss. I brought Icicle Plate Mamoswine, not Life Orb, because I want to bluff that I'm Sash or whatever. And I still have the power. Like Ice Shard, I believe, is 48 base power, and Icicle Crash is actually like 102 base power, which is more powerful than Earthquake. Then I actually have Choice Banded Crobat. Now, in UU, there are not a lot of good flying resist in the tier, and Crobat is slept on heavily. It's like C+ in viability rankings or something like that. And Choice Band Crobat is just like, it's still top tier threat. And I brought Scarf Hydreigon, so I have a Scarfer that's over base 83 speed because of Xurkitree. Anyway, looking at this matchup, I'm like, he does not have a flying resist. And Crobat also has U-turn. But I'm also looking like Cobalion still puts in work, but he knows the set now, so it's going to be a little more difficult. Hydreigon, he does not have a Dark Resist outside of Primarina, which is a threat, and Conk, but the rest kind of drop besides Blissey. So, never mind. Hydreigon does not have the best matchup. But, yeah, so I'm just going to leave with Crobat as he does not have a flying resist. He leads off with Conk, and I'm like, you know, turn 1 just Brave Bird. He does not have a resist. And look how much this Brave Bird does. 47% to a Fortress. Now, he should know I'm banded after that. So I'm going into Blastoise to spin away the hazards right away. Do I do that? I do. And I'm like, now it's mind games here because I do have a good switch in Amoonguss, but Primarina also does have access to the Psychic, and Spec Psychic is going to hurt a lot. So I do make the Amoonguss play, and he goes for Psychic on 4. It does 79%. And now I'm taking my time. I'm like, he's probably going to double out. Should I just put something to sleep? And he brings in Conk, and I put that to sleep. Because he's playing more aggressively lately. So I read that perfectly. Conk is asleep. It's no longer a threat. He burns a sleep turn right here. But I'm like, I could just throw off another Brave Bird. And Choice Banded Crobat picks up the KO on Primarina. So that thing drops. Fortress comes in. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's going to live. I'm just going to go back into Blastoise. He can Volt out as he does. And he doesn't have a good switch in, though. Like, Blissey, I do have the Aura Sphere, but he's not afraid of that. He goes for a Seismic Toss. I thought he was going to go for Rocks. And I'm like, I'm just going to put up my Rocks right here, as I do. And I'm not going to stay in. It's stupid to stay in. Sorry, my computer's lagging. So I just bring in Blastoise as he sets up his Rocks. And I think I throw off a Scald here, if I'm not mistaken. No, I spin away the Rocks. Okay. As he spins away our Rocks. Or my Rocks, rather. And I think I just throw off a Scald here. Yeah. And does 16 to Blissey, because Blissey is thick. So, I switch out because I still need this healthy for Zydog. As he goes into Conk, I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to stay in. I can just bring in Crobat. As he does wake up, goes for the Drain Punch, thankfully. He gets first turn Wake, which is unfort. But now I have Crobat in, and something's going to die. And that thing is going to be the Fortress. So we do 46, and hopefully we get a good roll, and he does not protect. And Fortress goes down to Crobat now. So Crobat's putting in work. Zydog comes in, and I'm saving this because it still outspeeds his whole entire team. And I go into Mungus, which it's not looking good for Mungus here. But Mungus did its job in a way. Like, I didn't really need it anymore, honestly. I'm threatening him out with the Ice Shard, but I pull a double in the Crobat because of how he's been playing. Like, it's just how it works. And Mach Punch does not kill at this range, and Choice Banded Crobat picks up another kill, and that did not matter. That crit did not matter. I'm just going to say that right now. It was a roll in my favor. So I bring in Blastoise as he goes into Blissey, and I'm still throwing off Scald. This is my best play. So Blissey is still like really healthy. I stay in here, and I think I throw off an Aura Sphere. No, I throw off another Scald. Okay. Which, yeah, he's been over predicting. Like I say, I saw that he's been playing more aggressively, pulling doubles. He sees that when Blastoise is in, I usually pull the double into Mamoswine. So I stay in this time and just throw off another Scald. Blissey cannot do damage to me. Yes, I would like Blastoise healthy for Zydog, but if I put myself in a position where Conk is in against my Mamo and I lose Mamo, I'm in a terrible position because Mamoswine beats Blissey and Zygarde. So I just stay in, and that's why I throw off that Scald there. So I get him by surprise, and he has to go into Blissey here, and I'm like, screw it, I could just throw off some Aura Spheres, which do a healthy chunk to Blissey, honestly. It does 34. That's a third of its health right there. So now I go into Mamoswine as he goes and throws off a Wish, and I could just Earthquake here as my best play, even though Icicle Crash would have killed Blissey because Icicle Crash is more powerful with the Icicle Plate. I did not want to risk the miss, and I did not want to risk him just going into Conk to pass the Wish, so Conk would be at full health. Zygarde probably would like almost dropped, so he throws off a Toxic here. I'm fine with that. He's more healthy here, but now I'm in safe position since he is not throwing off Wishes. I could go for the Crash, and the Crash, unfortunately for my opponent, crits him, but he was gonna have to try to stall out my Mamoswine, and that is like, he's put into a corner where he has to play defensively, and that's where hacks most likely will come out. So we do crit him first, which, like I said, that's unfortunate, but I still do have like my Cobalion, which I could just dual dance up on Blissey, like, because I would live a Mach Punch from Conk, because my Cobalion, I believe, yeah, I have not brought it out, and I would also then, after the Rock Polish, like, because I would have gone for a Rock Polish first, because I would all out pummeling the Conk, and then I would just I could just CC the Zygarde, because I would be outspeed, and then I have Ice Shard priority in the back. So that crit did suck, but there's still a way around it. So he goes in the Conk. Like I said, I have the Ice Shard. I threw up the sad PK face, and I almost choked the game away because he did not go for Mach Punch. He went for Drain Punch, but he's still lower. And I could just safely bring in Blastoise and throw off a Scald and win the game from there. Because Zydog cannot win. Yes, it could spam 1,000 arrows, but it does a hefty chunk. But I do have Scarf Hydreigon in the back just to click Dark Pulse and clean up. So we do win the first game, or our first match, I should say, for the UU Open, and I'm really proud of the way I played there. I was in the zone. I was making the appropriate plays. I don't think there was one play that I really choked besides going for Ice Shard on Mamoswine instead of Earthquake or Icicle Crash. But that's the only play, and it doesn't really matter because we are moving on to round 2 of the UU Open. This weekend, I'm actually having my battles for the RU and NU Open, and I'm always going to do post-commentary because if I do commentary during it, I feel like it distracts me a little bit, 1, and 2, I play a little worse. So that's why I'm doing post-commentary on these, and as you can see, we came out victorious. So that's going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, whatever, I don't really care, and subscribe for more as it really does help out. And also, there's my man Circuit Jerk popping up, who should be banned from UU. Like, I saw a really good post on Pokeamino, which is where you should go and follow me, which I actually might link in the description. Like, that post about circuitry was amazing. You don't see these types of posts on the competitive Pokeamino section. And actually, while we're on the topic of this, I'm in a while I was recording, my phone was going off because this guy's arguing with me on Pokeamino in the competitive section. Because he's doing stupid posts like, Pokemon Battle Round 4, Dugong vs. Quillfish, Genesect vs. Swoobat. And I'm like, this is not competitive. Like, I said, did he delete my comments? This comment has been deleted. Hold up, he deleted my comments. He straight up deleted my comments. Oh, this is where he replied. He said, "Go screw off, you little shit. I can do what I want." Oh. That is great. But like, I wasn't flaming him or whatever. Okay, here, I have it up here because I could just click back. I said, first off, alright, so it was Quillfish versus Dugong. Dugong's killing 80% to 20%. I said, first off, Quillfish is more of a support mon, so IDKY is paired off against a Perish Trapper, but I didn't read that these Pokemon were randomly generated. But Quillfish actually has a type advantage and actual decent stats, while Dugong is sadly trash. He said, yeah, couldn't help what it was paired to. This Pokemon were generated randomly. Yeah, but why is this thing competitive? It auto-corrected computed. He said, it's a battle. Competition is necessary. Also note that this isn't Pokemon Shuffle Battle. It's a regular battle. And then this is when he replied. Oh, no. I wrote my reply, and then he replied, screw off, you little shit. I wrote, I know that it's a battle, but this isn't really the best place to put it, in my opinion. The competitive section is for Smogon or VGC, not just silly 1v1s. I was being nice, okay? And then he goes off and says, screw off, you little shit. I can do what I want. It's like, really? I was just trying to help you by saying that. Well, not really help. I'm saying that I'm trying to make the competitive section actually competitive, not just have Dugong versus Quillfish, Swoobat versus Genesect, and the other ones. I forgot the other two. Mega Pidgeot versus something. It's like, really? That is not really competitive. But whatever. Follow me on Pokemino. You don't have to, like I do post some good stuff. I did post my replays there first in Pokemino before actually recording this because I was away on vacation and it's just an easier post to make. So if you want like an quote-unquote early video, like just you could see my replays there, or you could just go on Smogon and look it up. But also just help out the competitive section. We need more competitive players. As you could see, this guy told me to screw off because I'm apparently a little shit. But whatever, I'm just gonna end the video off here. Thank you guys, and be most importantly sure, that came out weird, to stay fly.